Hi, everybody. Welcome to PiNK Power Live. I am Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador.
And I am Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And we are so super excited tonight. We have Jackie Shultz on our call, new Gold Ambassador. She is so amazing. I cannot even talk enough about Jackie. She is a hard worker. She is amazing. She has just been doing so well this month, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear some tips from her. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in and get started. Jackie, if you want to go ahead and share your story.
Oh, this is always hard because I talk so much and too much because I can never keep a story super short. So I'll do my best. I joined Plexus last January. I was actually supposed to be going on a trip with my husband to Hawaii, and I had seen my friend Danny and Shirley Kalela posting about Plexus, and I had been stalking them for a while. And all I wanted to do was lose weight. So that was all I was interested in. Danny talked me into going and meeting with him. I was not interested in doing so. But that was the only way I was going to get the information. So I did. I agreed. I went and met with him. He gave me a partial spiel. I kind of cut him off. I'm like, Danny, listen, I don't need the song and dance. I'm not interested in selling. Like, I just need to lose some weight. I've done everything under the sun, from the thing you wrap around your waist and hook up to the battery box, and it sends electrodes to your belly to try to strengthen your muscles, to driving 185 miles to buy Adipex across the border in Kentucky. So all I wanted to do was lose weight. I'm like, I don't want to hear the song and dance. Just tell me what I got to do. How much money do I need to give you? He's like, no, you just go to my website. I'm like, oh boy, okay. So I go to his website, I place my order. I had no idea what I was ordering. I ordered Slim and Accelerator. It came. I started taking it. Unbeknownst to me, I was taking it completely wrong. 30 days went by. I thought, what a crock. I've wasted all this money, but there's a money back guarantee, so I'm just going to cancel it. No big deal. Well, my auto ship had started because I was a preferred customer. And I'm like, well, shucks, I can't cancel it now. It's already on its way. So I'll give it 20 more days and I'll just get my money back. No big deal. He said it was no hassle. So no hassle. I'll get my money back and we'll go about life, and I'll just continue to be fat and unhappy. So fast forward another week, and I was like, wait a second, like, what is going on here? Unbeknownst to me, I had tightened my belt 4 notches, and my pants certainly weren't fitting, and that's why I was using the belt. That was a disconnect for me. I am a psychopath, crazy woman. I have a scale in my bathroom. I don't recommend that anybody ever owns a scale because it is the devil. I think a scale is almost as bad as Candida. They should just both not exist in this world. But I didn't see any results on the scale. So that's why I thought Plexus wasn't working for me. Fast forward another 3 weeks, because of course I was still taking the product, and pounds started going away. I had realized that I was losing inches. I started losing pounds. My next auto ship kicked in. Obviously, I never canceled. And that would have been March. So come end of March, I had surgery on my foot. I came out of a surgery that was supposed to render me like useless for a week and a half. I was supposed to be on all these pain meds and not be able to do anything for myself. I wasn't able to walk for actually 16 weeks. So all of my weight loss came, or I should say a lot of my weight loss came while I was only at about 20% movement. But yeah, so I came through this surgery with leaps and bounds, things that were not supposed to happen. I went back for my 11-day post-ops check-in, and my doctor was like, who brought you? And I'm like, my car and my keys. She's like, nobody drove you here? I'm like, no, I had surgery on my left foot. I have crutches, like, no big deal, whatever. She's like, all right, well, are you still on your pain meds? I'm like, no, do you want them back? Like, I took them for 2 days. There was no need for that. So anyhow, long story short, I had surgery. 3 days later, I was off my pain meds. And 2 days after that, I called Danny and said, how do I switch to an ambassador? This is for real. This is amazing, and the only thing I can chalk my recovery up to and the way I feel is Plexus. So I became an ambassador on that 5th day after surgery. The rest is history. It's just been a whirlwind since then. So I can't tell enough people about how fantastic I think it is. Everyone has their own story. You know, we'll get into a whole bunch of other stuff that I think is crazy about this business too, but I'm beyond in love. I have some other health issues that have been a burden for a long, long time. I have degenerative disc disease. I've got some arthritis issues, and my husband used to have to get me out of bed every morning because of my back. I happily roll myself out of bed every morning and can touch my toes, which people have not seen me do in about 4 years. So I'm pretty okay with everything. I've lost some weight. I sleep better. I feel better. I can touch my toes, and I can chase my kids around and build snowmen without crying about my back hurting all the time. So
praise God that you forgot to cancel the auto shipment.
right? I would have missed everything. I would have missed everything.
Oh my goodness. I love your story.
And I thought I was busy then. Now my life's just insane.
That's why you fit it in the nooks and crannies. So now that you are all on board with Plexus and stuff, so what is kind of like, how do you fit it in? What are some of your income producing activities that you do every day?
Well, my job hates my Plexus life. Okay, so first of all, my day job, the place that I despise going to every day, they despise my Plexus life. They think that it is horrible because I have a very, very open schedule. I don't have to be in an office every day. I don't have to be in front of anybody. I don't have to report to anybody. I do go to my office every day. I've actually gotten on a couple of calls and had to look through windows and make sure nobody was coming, but I'm able to fit, you know, a message in here and there. I do a lot of voice messaging. I found the power of this device here and an earbud, and being able to voice message with an earbud. I didn't know that was a possible option, but is the most amazing thing ever, because you can one finger and talk and pretend that you're talking to somebody else, and work doesn't actually know what I'm doing. So you know, I reach out to people that I've done trail packs with. I'm reaching out to friends and family that I've never talked to before. I try to do really creative things on Facebook. You know, I did a shoot, what was it that I did? Who has never tried Plexus before? I did a post, and anybody who entered was entered into a drawing for some freebies, or a freebie is what it was supposed to be. I ended up giving out 6 different free items because I had such a huge reaction. And it created a whole lot of momentum in terms of sending out the Chris and Susie McCall video, which I think is a huge tool. And I've gotten a lot of momentum from that. So you've got to, the thing is as we are, as a company, transitioning and growing so big, I think we have to find ways to differentiate ourselves, because at the end of the day, there's so many of us that if we're all doing the same thing, it starts getting to a point where we're infiltrating the market, especially with Facebook, which is why, you know, everyone's trying to transition to the Instagram, which I'm struggling with a little bit, but I'm working on it. But I think that we've got to find ways to do things differently ourselves.
Will you talk about, just back up to your story a little bit, Jackie? Can you just tell us, like, financially, how, like, Plexus has helped financially?
Well, so I started on the products, and then it took me, after I became an ambassador, because my husband was so not excited about the situation, because I've done every fad that has ever been. It took me literally about 5 weeks to get him on board. So then you have myself and my husband both taking the products. So my why became getting my products for free to getting our products for free. My why quickly then transitioned to a bigger why. I have 4 small kids. I say small, they're 12 and under, but I do have a 12-year-old. But all 4 of my children drink Slim and take ProBio 5 every day. So to feed a family of 6, PiNK drink and ProBio 5 every day is not a cheap thing. And I have bigger goals than that. My children have never been to Disney World. And I promised my kids that if they allow me the time to work my Plexus business, that next year I will take them to Disney World. So we have an agreement. If mom says she's working Plexus, you can't be bothering the mom at the moment, because mom's saving up for the Disney trip, and they all love PiNK drink. If I would allow them, they would drink 4 and 5 PiNK drinks a day. So I'm like, I actually have spelled it out. I mean, they're all old enough to understand money. So I'm like, listen, that pink drink is costing me X amount of dollars a day. So you better be on your best behavior. I'm gonna take your pink drink away. No, not really. But that's, I mean, my husband and I agreed that as much as everybody wants to eat healthy and be organic, at some point you've got to draw a line in the sand with your finances. I mean, we both have good jobs, we work hard, but with all the processed foods out there, I mean, my kids love little things, Fruit Loops. I mean, who's going to say you can't eat Fruit Loops? I'm sure there's people who do, but I can't tell my kids no to things like Fruit Loops. So with all the processed foods out there, we decided that it's something as simple as letting them drink PiNK every day to help detoxify and flush all those processed foods out of their gut was worth it for us.
That's good. Awesome. I definitely know that Nikki and I agree with that, because it is kind of hard to change your whole diet around. Unfortunately, we don't have kids that are big enough to understand that they have to leave us alone so we can save up for something. We're like, we don't care. I want you now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that when they get older, though, for sure.
Yeah. They never like it, but they have this big, Disney World goal in mind. So they have the prize at the end of the road that they are focused on. So they've seen diamond documentaries, and they've, they ask me, well, what's the next rank, Mom? And how do you get to the next rank? And what do you have to do this? Like, my kids are very, very Plexus involved and very vested in my Plexus journey.
That's so cool. Okay, so we all have bad days. What do you do when you're having a bad day to get back on your feet?
If you don't have a goal, you're going to work for somebody who has a goal. So you've got to have a goal, and you've got to keep that goal in hand, and you've got to keep it in focus. If you allow yourself to be kicked when you're down, then it's going to take you twice as long to pick yourself back up. So I think at the end of the day, you've got to keep your why and your focus, and you can't focus on more than what the next step is. So, for instance, when we went to Leaders Retreat, I knew for a fact that I was so close to going gold, and I wanted so badly to do it in October. But I also knew that the realization of it was that I was just far enough out of scope that it was not something I could set myself up to fail. Because if I set myself up to do it and I failed, then I was gonna fall down. So I said, listen, it could happen. It could. Chances are it's going to be November. And I'm okay with that, because everyone has their own time and everyone has their own journey. And who is it for me to try to change that path? I just have to be on my own path and do it when it's my time. And it did. It happened in November. And I was so blessed that it did happen, and so excited. I mean, my poor kids, they went to bed an hour after their normal bedtime, and they wanted to stay up and wait, because they were like, Mom, we want to wait. We want to wait until we know if it happens. So the next morning, it was like the first question in my house was, Mom, did you go gold? I'm like, yes, we went gold. So you just got to keep your mind focused on the prize. And at the end of the day, my big thing, and sorry I interrupted you, Kara, but my big thing is I can't focus on how many points it's going to take for me to be Ruby. I can't focus on how many points it's going to take for me to be Emerald. I can't focus on how many points it's going to take me to be Diamond, because right now my next goal is being Senior Gold. And I've got to focus on what the next goal is, or I lose sight of what is now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Rank advancing is so much fun, and point stocking. And I remember the day that I was doing that for gold. It's like literally I was like refreshing my computer like every 30 seconds. Like, has it happened yet? Has it happened yet?
Well, and the worst part was it was with the Cyber Monday, the whole promo was going on, and the system was very messed up. And I had a sales meeting for my day job the next morning. It was, what was it, Nikki? 11:45. And I finally was like, listen, I have got to go to bed. I cannot do this.
I waited up for you.
Yeah, everybody waited up for me. It was like 20 minutes after 12 and my phone's blowing up and I'm sound asleid. Like, I didn't know until
we were all celebrating while Jackie was sleeping. I was like, we'll just celebrate for her and she can just celebrate tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I had to go to work, and the worst part was I had like 900 messages come through, and it's like I couldn't thank everybody because I was in a meeting where we're not supposed to have our devices. So I'm like, my phone's just blowing up, and I have it in my pants pocket, and it's just bzz, bzz, and I'm like, oh my Lanta, I'm gonna have to spend hours responding to all these messages.
But that's the good thing about our business is we can like respond when like it's okay for us. That's what I love.
Will you reset that?
So how do you handle no whenever someone tells you no?
I used to handle it very, very differently. It used to be a real kick in the jaw, especially when it's a friend or a family member. And I learned, I think it was from Lori, I think it was her words first, that no doesn't mean no, it means not right now. And I can't stress enough. One of my rock stars on my team, who absolutely tries day in and day out to be the best ambassador that she can be. We were not Facebook friends. Our children played baseball together. She heard that I was a Plexus ambassador right after we became Facebook friends, and she was like, oh God, I'm definitely blocking you. And I'm like, why? She's like, I've tried it before. I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. And I said, well, listen, you don't have to read every one of my Plexus posts. Like that's silly. Like, don't block me. Like, we should just be friends. And it was probably about 2 weeks later, and she sent me a message, and she's like, actually, I think I sent her a message first. I had to think about it. I sent her a message. She was talking about headaches. And I'm like, listen, I don't know who you had tried Plexus with before. I don't know what you tried before, but I'm begging you. You have classic symptoms, and I want to try to help you feel better. Give me a chance. And she didn't respond for a few days. And then she finally messaged me back, and she's like, okay, fine. Tell me what I need to do. So I did. I took her some samples to try. We talked about a couple of different things, and she wasn't even through her sample that I gave her, because I think I gave her a couple of days. And she messaged me, and she's like, okay, I'm in. And she's been by my side. We talk every single day. She's fantastic, and I love her to death. And we've become very, 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 very fantastic Plexus besties in the background, thanks to Plexus.
How fun.
So you just can't give up. No doesn't mean no. No means not right now.
Amen.
At the end of the day, I mean, Jason told me, my own husband told me no. Like, every time I talked about Plexus, it was, lady, don't be peddling your products on me. Just because I'm your husband doesn't mean I'm taking your Kool-Aid. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, keep complaining that your shoulder hurts. Keep complaining that your ankle hurts. Keep complaining that you're tired. Just keep on keeping on, because I'm still going to be here drinking my Kool-Aid.
I love that. Okay, so what drives you and keeps you focused on the prize? I know you said Disney World, but what else focuses you and keeps you going for the gold, senior gold? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I think she may be frozen. Uh-oh.
Maybe she'll come back.
Yeah.
I'll send her a message.
We've had so many issues with this lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun.
Sorry, guys. It'll probably just be a couple of minutes. I'm sure her thing will unfreeze.
Message her. I definitely think that we can all agree with what she said with the no being not right now, because I know that we've talked about that so many times.
I know.
Yeah. We get people telling us no.
I like being with Plexus over 3 years now. I still have people that like literally followed me for over 3 years that are finally like, okay, I've been watching you. I've been following you. Like, what can I do? I want to sign up. And before, it's been 3 years, when it was only 1 year, I had people messaging me and saying, I've been following you for like 6 months, or I've been following you for like a year.
What a
Like,
nightmare.
I've always gotten stuff like that. You're back. Yay.
Sorry, y'all.
That's okay. You're fine.
I have the worst internet service ever.
You are so kind.
I was trying
Okay.
to sign in with my phone. As soon as I'm like, did I freeze? Did somebody else freeze? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try with my phone.
That's okay. I'll repeat the question. The question is just what drives you and keeps you focused on the prize? I know you said Disney World, but what like keeps you focused every day?
It's not really. I mean, Disney World is it's the goal for my children. Focus on the prizes. Listen, I work a day job every day that I can't stand. I don't beat around the bush and tell anybody any differently. I don't like my day job. I don't want anything to do with it. I've been doing it for 10 years, 2 months, and 12 days at this point. I sell copiers. I sell IT services. Nothing about my job is rewarding. It doesn't help anybody do anything. It doesn't change anybody's life. I simply sell a box, a service, a machine, collect a paycheck. That's it. That's all I do. And I'm a pretty loving, giving person. Most people would agree with that know me on a personal level. And so I tell people all the time, and everybody who doesn't know you personally, when you come to them to talk about Plexus, it's like, listen, I know that you're trying to make a paycheck, but does this stuff really work? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've answered that question. I'm like, listen, I have a full-time job. My husband's a principal. We have a beautiful home. I didn't join Plexus for a paycheck, okay? I joined Plexus because of how it made me feel, the benefit it had to my family, and the fact that I finally have an opportunity to do something for somebody else and bring some help to somebody else who feels as badly as I did and thought that at 35, that was normal, because it wasn't. It wasn't normal. And I had no clue that there was a way to fix it besides taking, prescription speed, basically. Adipex. A good old Adipex. I mean, that stuff will make you go for days, but it's going to kill you. It'll give you a flipping heart attack.
I have 2 friends that went to the emergency room taking that stuff. So scary.
Doesn't surprise me. And you don't eat. I mean, you're never hungry. It's like you don't eat. And then it kills your metabolism. So when I tried to get off of it, I had no energy. And I stopped losing weight and started gaining weight because my metabolism was completely shot. I mean, it completely just destroys the chemical makeup of your body.
Yes.
A good reason to stay away.
Yes.
Yes.
So listen, kids, if you're thinking about trying Adipex, don't do it.
So you have kind of been adding people to your team like crazy lately. So that's awesome. But what are some things that you've been doing that you think that they've really benefited, or that you think you've really benefited to increase the number of ambassadors in your downline?
Well, first and foremost, I've got a couple of gals who have really jumped on board with the, listen, here's what we do, here's how we do it. It's a repeatable process. Nobody cares about your story. And when you first start doing this, they just want to know how it's going to help them. So do what we say, don't do as we do necessarily all the time. Involve yourself. I had, between October to now, my team has probably doubled. And the crazy thing has been, I've added a bunch of level 2s who have added a bunch of level 1s. So now I've got level 2s and 3s and 4s. And the level 2s, they're adding all these people, they're just as green as everybody else. So it's been a lot of sleepless nights, but allowing myself to be available to help them, every single one of them. It doesn't matter if they're a level 1 or a level 2 or a level 3. I don't care. I have to make sure that they're all up to speed, because if I don't help the level 3 that's under the level 2, that's under the level 1,
Uh-oh, she froze again.
She said she had sketchy internet.
So if, just in case you guys don't know, so Jackie's been adding a ton of people to her team lately. Like literally, like I was in my email and I was checking my email and it said new ambassador added, and it was Jackie. And then literally that same day she added another person. And then I woke up the next morning and she had added a third person. Like in 24 hours. I was like, what is this girl doing? Like she is on fire. And then she started like really, really helping her team add people. And then like, so not only was Jackie adding a lot of people, like her team's been adding people, and it's just been really, really, really amazing and fun to watch. But honestly, like when you put your mind to adding people, it really, really just, there you are.
Phone is going. We're done with the computer. I'm so over CenturyLink. Like it is the worst internet provider that has ever walked the face of the earth.
You are so fine.
Anyhow, so where was I before I got so rudely interrupted?
Talking about how you're helping your level 3s too.
Yeah, so the long short of it is, I mean, these people just signed up as well. So I can't expect them to learn it all overnight and teach their own people. So it's about, you know, understanding it's deep and it's wide. And I've got to be able to help as rapidly as my team has grown in the last 2 months. I have to be willing to put in the effort to grow every one of those levels, because without me doing that, people are going to start dropping off. So I've got to be responsible for building up every level. I can't let the responsibility fall on new people who are adding people just as fast, because that's what I want them to do. I want them to add those people. And if I just set them up free on the boat and, you know, push them out to sea, and say it's sink or swim, I'm going to have a bunch of sinkers, and I need swimmers. So I've got to help everybody.
Yeah, you definitely want to push them out of the nest, but give them a month or so to figure everything out.
They'll get there.
True.
They are getting there. They've gotten, like I said, but we added, I think in October alone, we added 8 ambassadors to my team. So, and that was 1s, 2s, 3s. I mean, the whole gamut. So just got to get people up to speed.
I was just telling everybody when you froze out on us that you added like 2 ambassadors one day, and then like I woke up the next morning and you had added another one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is on fire.
It's been
okay.
few months.
And I love that you're on your phone now because I can see your shirt and it's really cute. Okay, so question of the day. Do you see yourself being a jewel, a Plexus jewel, emerald or above?
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't do this because we want to stay gold forever. But again, I think that a problem for myself was that you join this great thing, and these products are fantastic, and all the people around you are fantastic, and you hear all these stories, and you know, you think that, wow, like I got all these people when I first signed up, and this is going to be so easy. Like, I should have been doing MLM or multi-level marketing years ago. Like, where was I when Plexus started? But the problem is that just like Plexus is not a magic pill, building your business is not easy. So as fast as you have people join you, people drop off if you don't nurture that team and nurture that growth. So that's where I had these diamonds in the sky. Like I was gonna be Michelle, or yeah, isn't it Michelle Roberts? I can't remember.
Emily Roberts.
That's it. I was going to be Emily Roberts. Like 8 months, baby. I was going gold. Like 6 figures. Here I come. I'm quitting my day job. We are over. But reality set in. Okay. It took me 6 months to go gold. And I'm okay with that. I am more than okay with that, because I've got to keep my eye on the next prize, which is senior gold at this point. So we'll get there. And I have a goal for that. Sorry, I swallowed a frog while y'all were looking and I got disconnected. So yes, I do see myself. I'm not giving up. I'm not going anywhere. We work for an amazing company, making amazing changes to fix some of the issues that we've been currently experiencing. Had struggles with the order process and some things that have gone on, but when you grow as fast as you've grown in terms of a business, and you don't expect that growth, I mean, I can't fathom what goes through Alec and Charles' heads every day when they see these men. I just can't even imagine. You have to understand that when you have all these orders come in at the 11th hour, break the system. I mean, and it happens consistently. I mean, I know what my ambassador ID number is, and I know what the ambassador ID numbers are of the people that I'm signing up today. And let me tell you, I'm assuming that there's some correlation between how those numbers are changing. And if that's how many ambassadors we've signed up since I signed up as an ambassador, this place is nuts, okay? And there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for diamonds, girls and gals and guys, girls and guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get somewhere. It's not gonna be in 4 months, but I'm gonna get there.
You will for sure. I was waiting. I was like, she better say yes because she's a rock star.
So, you have the saying, others' opinions can't pay my bills. So, what is some advice that you could give people that are kind of, eerie about sharing Plexus because they are afraid of others' opinions?
Sticks and stones are going to break your bones, but words can't hurt you. I mean, listen, if they don't want anything to do with it, then it's a no for now. If they want to make fun of it, like my dad's not on Facebook. My mom passed away 2.5 years ago, and I didn't tell my dad about Plexus, and his wife is a Facebook stalker. So she doesn't comment on anything. She doesn't like anything. And he called me up one day and he's like, how's everything going? I'm like, oh yeah, it's really good. And I'm like, I started these new supplements and I'm selling them now. And, things are going really good with that. He's like, yeah, I heard you were peddling drugs on Facebook. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad. Like, whatever you want to say, like I'm peddling drugs on Facebook, whatever you want. Well, unbeknownst to me, like one of my first probably 5 customers was my stepmom. She signed up as a preferred customer just on Slim. She was pre-diabetic. She's had fantastic results. She told me from the word go that she would give me she would give the products 90 days. She didn't get that way overnight. I'm like, Brenda, you're like a poster child. Could you please like talk to everybody? But she didn't want anybody to know she was on the products. So, long story short, she's still on the products. She has lost a great amount of weight, not like leaps and bounds, but she looks fantastic. The best I've seen her look in 15 years. Yeah, her A1C numbers have come down. Her meds have had to be decreased. And actually, the very best part was on the anniversary of my mom's passing in October, while I was at Leaders Retreat, actually, she called me and she was trying to place an order. I'm like, well, your auto ship should have already come. And she's like, don't say a word. It's for your dad. I'm like, yay! And my dad actually has a stack of business cards, and he has some of my my Slim trial cards with all my business information and a packet of Slim on them. And every time he comes to visit me, he takes a handful of them and he goes back to work and talks to people about Plexus, and he's gotten me. So, at the end of the day, you can't give up on people making fun of you. I have a whole other side of my family that they totally make fun of me for Plexus. They won't have anything to do with it. And you know what? You just have to believe in yourself and have confidence, because your family is going to be your biggest enemy and your biggest skeptics. And you just have to believe in yourself, because if you can't believe in yourself, then you've got no belief in anything.
It's so true.
Can I share a story really quick?
Yeah, please.
My family on my husband's side has not ever really given Plexus very much credibility. They kind of, whatever type thing. But I have several of them that have like kind of placed orders with me, but nobody like says anything to anybody about it. And so, this has been 3 years now since I've been involved with it. And like at Thanksgiving this year, one of them brought it up that they wanted to order from me. And then another person like was sharing her testimony with it. And then like our aunt comes in and starts sharing her testimony. And then my cousin's fiance was like, yeah, my mom's taking it too. I was like, yeah, she bought from me last night. And then one of the girls goes, how much money are you making off of all of us, Kara? I was like, and then the aunt that was going to order from me, she's like, okay, I'm not ordering as a customer anymore. I want to be an ambassador. I'm like, let's sign you up.
That's awesome.
It's just so funny because they all started just like coming out at once after not getting that credibility or anything like that and being like super secretive about it.
They're your worst critics, but they can be your best customers if you and you just have to wait. I mean, you can't, we all know how great the products are. We all know how great the business is. But you can't shove it down their throats because they've got to come to you. Otherwise they're just, it's too much of a risk to to try to force it on your family, because then I feel like if they don't come to you and they don't experience immediate results, the whole magic pill factor, then they hold it against. It's not worth relationships. That's the whole no thing. I used to get so upset if someone told me no, especially a good friend or a family member. And it used to really get under my skin. And I just really had to learn to be like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. There are billions of other people out there who need our products, and I'll just go find somebody else.
I remember learning, I don't remember where I heard this from. Somebody said it. It might have been Lori, actually. Or maybe it was a famous network marketer. I don't remember. But like when we go out to eat and the server comes to our table and says, do you want pie? And if we don't want pie, like she doesn't get mad. She doesn't care. She doesn't let it hurt her feelings. So that's like kind of how like we have to do it with Plexus. Like we can't get like butt hurt when, Plexus isn't for everybody. And it took me a while to accept that too, but now I don't even think about it. Somebody tells me no, I'm just like, okay, bye. Maybe later.
I'm like, you want to talk before you have your pie?
Yeah. It's just crazy the amount of people though that like say no and then come around later. Like, and it might take time, but me, just in 3 years that I've been with it, I've seen it happen so many times that like when somebody tells me no now, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you'll be around sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I love so much about you, Jackie, is how bold you are. I think it draws people to you. How do you stay so bold and confident each and every single day?
You got to stay on the goal. You can't let people drag you down. I mean, it's simple. If every time somebody says no, you beat yourself up, you're going to do nothing but, especially with this business, if you let no beat you up, then you're going to be beaten up for a long time, because for every yes you get, you're going to get 10 no's. You've just got to be positive, and you can't let the no's beat you up. I mean, you can't do it. You've got to understand that for every yes, you're going to get 10 or 20 no's. And at the end of the day, this is no different than your 8 to 5 or what your 8 to 5 was. It's a job, and not everything goes right. And at the end of the day, we all have blessings outside of and beyond Plexus, and you've just got to let it go. When things aren't going right, you just got to shut the door and walk away and go back to the things that make you happy. And not on a permanent basis, obviously, but I mean, if I get upset about something, I can't let it eat me alive. I've still got 4 babies that want my attention and want my love. And if I'm all bent about someone telling me no about Plexus, then how can I be a good mom? I can't let that bother me. I've got to just move on to the next thing. So again, I had such a hard time with it in the beginning, and I talk like I've been doing this for years. I haven't. I'm just now going to hit a year in January with products, but I'm in sales for a day job as well, and those are a little tougher because the commission structure is a little bit more, at least right now. I'm hoping not for long, but you just have to. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to move to the future, and you've got to move on to the next thing. So, when I didn't make gold in October, I could have been so upset. Like, that was the double rank up month. And yeah, I could have gotten an extra $250. But you know what? At the end of the day, I still signed up 8 ambassadors. I still got 8 welcome packs. I still got preferred bonuses. I mean, I'm still making a third income from my family and saving up to go to Disney World. Sorry, did y'all hear that? Like, I can pay my mortgage with my Plexus business, and I work it part-time because I have a full-time job. And I mean, come on. Hello. Like,
I really want everybody to like write that down. Like, you're going to get one yes, and then you're going to get like 10 to 20 no's, because I think that's when so many people quit and get so discouraged, is whenever they get so many no's, because they just expect all those yeses. But in reality, if they were to think back when they signed up, there's a really good chance that they said no the first time. And if they didn't, then they're like one of those few percentages that just jumped in. I mean, I know I said no for 2 weeks before I jumped in. So it's just like, I don't want people getting discouraged because they do get 10 to 20 no's. Like, that's normal, y'all. That's totally normal.
Danny begged me to sign up as an ambassador out of the gate. I mean, well, he didn't beg me. Let's rephrase that. He strongly encouraged me to spend $34.95, and I was like, I want my 60-day money-back guarantee, because what some of these new people don't understand is back in the day, you didn't get a 60-day money-back guarantee when you signed up as an ambassador. So I was like, nah, I'm going to drink your Kool-Aid, but I'm not going to chug it. So I'm going to start off and pay a little extra and go the preferred route. Stupid. I had my $34.95 made up in the first 3 months. I didn't do that. So silly girl. Lesson learned. Never again. I drink the Kool-Aid. I'll happily drink the PiNK every day. I say the Kool-Aid, talking about the juice. Like, I'm drinking whatever you're selling me, I'm drinking.
What I love so much is that if you're doing all the things that Jackie is doing, if you're doing the income producing activities and you're not getting upset when people say no, that really helps. While we're talking about being bold, that really helps you become bold, because you get results. And when you get results, like Jackie's getting, like she signed up 8 ambassadors, like that makes you bold. That makes you confident when you're getting those results. And it makes it so much easier when you have like people that are, you know, saying things to you like, oh, are you really still selling that Plexus stuff or whatever? It makes it a lot easier because, and Jackie's a family girl too. And most of us with families, like we're with our family 24/7. So who do we have to answer to but anybody but our family? So when we're working hard, that's what I always think of, is like, I'm bold because like I'm bold for my family. I work for my family. My family is who I have to answer to, not anybody else's opinions. And I know you're like that too.
Yeah. I mean, either I'm going to have a goal or I'm going to work for somebody who has a goal for me. And you know what? I work for 5 people who have a goal for me. My husband, my oldest, my second oldest, my third, and my fourth.
There you go.
My babies all the time, Mommy, I wish you could stay home with us. And you know what? I would love to stay home with you too. And one day I will. I will get there sooner than later. Trust me. It's on my bucket list. And
You will.
Way up there. Like, it's higher than Disney World. But kind of promise to those 4 kids.
You'll get there. I don't even question it for a second.
Oh, there's no question in my mind.
That's awesome. I was able to stay in my pajamas until 6:30 tonight and then got dressed because I had to go to church. Like, and I'm able to do that because I was bold in the beginning. I'm still bold, but just in the beginning, bold in sharing Plexus to get me to the point. And it was so worth it.
Hashtag jealous.
You'll do that too. What?
I had to get up at 5 a.m. for a meeting at the JOB that I don't even care for.
I know. Whenever
you'll get there, Jackie. I know you will.
When my husband came home, he's like, "Oh my gosh!" She goes, "What would you do if you had to go back to work?" I said, "I couldn't do it." But thank you so much for jumping on here tonight. You shared so many great things, and I love your story and your testimony and what it's doing for you and your family. So we definitely appreciate taking time out tonight to join us.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for everybody to get on and watch you and learn so much. Thank you, Jackie.
Sorry for all my computer issues.
Yeah,
no.
It happens.
Time.
Okay. Have a good night.
Everyone have a good night. Thanks.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thanks.